The fall of Afghanistan signifies several things depending on who you speak to. For Christians and lovers of democracy, it signifies a shift in priorities for Big Brother America. If America will abandon the Afghans to their fate, so what happens to the oppressed in other nations? Many believe dictators and terrorists will become emboldened as they now see America's weakened. In Nigeria, the Christians who for long believed that the fear of America is what has stopped an all-out onslaught against them now need to recalibrate. The government of the day is now more daring in its persecution of dissenting voices, while the killing of Christians continues unabated. What to do most? Ask. Stretch out your neck to be chopped off? Defend yourself or check out of the country if you can. For to me, to live is Christ and to die is gain. Does a Christian life mean a life of meekness and surrender to the forces of life or whatsoever one faces? How do you explain the silence of so-called Nigerian Christians who conservatively exceed 50 million in population when their brethren are killed in their hundreds daily? How do you explain the near silence of the Church of Christ at a time like this? There are tens of thousands of churches in Nigeria, and yet you can't count 30 men and women of God who are standing up daily or weekly to take on this evil in our land. The apostles all died for their conviction. They knew the Christ they preached and they saw their life on earth as a transit point. All they cared about was eternity. Stone them, jail them, or kill them, they remained resolute. Nobody could silence them or stop their way of life. The life of a Christian is not a life of fear. It's not a life of cowardice. It doesn't matter how many times the devil points at the spots on your garment. You must never forget that you now wear the garment of Christ. It's not about you, but all about Yehoshua. Yehoshua boldly faced death so that you may live. Everlasting life is guaranteed you in the hereafter, which is the permanent abode of all those who believe. So why are you afraid? Do you doubt that there's eternity? Paul boldly declared to the Philippians that to live is Christ and to die is gain. This means that to live is to do the work of He who died for me, and to die is profit because I'm closer to eternal life. He went on to say in verse 28 that you should never be frightened of those who oppose you. Your courage is a sign to them that they will be destroyed and that you will be saved. Don't call yourself a Christian and stay silent in the face of evil. Christ, whose name you bear, boldly confronted his enemies. He walked the earth as man and experienced our infirmities. Do you think it is easy to face death in the flesh? This is what he did. It was raw courage. In our own case, he's deposited his spirit on our inside so that we may be made bold. I cringe when people praise me or others for being bold. Are you saying we're stupid or our lives are worthless, so we are foolishly bold or boldly foolish? Think about it. Can you imagine what will happen if all churches in this country will preach the same message this Sunday and every Sunday defying this evil government that watches our citizens being slaughtered and saying nothing? Students are being kidnapped and killed, and we who are the light of the world have covered our light so that we won't be seen to be killed. Children of God, arise in faith and in the knowledge of He who died so that you may live. Eternity is the gain of your salvation. Eternity is the life after now. It is not the life you live now. This life is service to Christ. You serve Him by boldly confronting evil the way He did. Speak up for the oppressed, care for the less privileged, love your neighbors as yourself, stand for truth, defy the terrorists that oppress you. Whatever trials and tribulations come for standing for the truth and speaking the truth are a badge I will gladly wear. To die is gain. God bless you all.